is just pracky. This isn't a quiz, this isn't any, this is just straight up practice for you. So here is what you should have gotten for your unit circle. We'll go top half, bottom half. Okay, so just give yourself a quick check on them all. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is something that you can do. You don't necessarily have to have one of these sheets in order to do this. This is something that you can just do in general on any sheet of paper, and you should be practicing it for yourself in preparation for it. Because the reason we do this is we used to give you a unit circle filled out for every test. But then we're like, no, we use it so often, you should just commit it to memory, because then you're not wasting time going back and looking and finding it. You just know it. Okay? And so that's why we switched over to memorization. We'll give you identities, but we're not going to give you the unit circle because we just want you to memorize it. Okay? Ready for the bottom half? Yeah. Should be the same as quadrant number 1, but just all kind of reversed. And then also just a reminder, too, that on next week, Thursday, you're going to need to know those 6. So, with that being said then, oops, I went too far back, okay? With that being said then, now you can utilize your unit circle. And please evaluate these 4. These are in your white packet. So if you wanted to switch over to your white packet, these would be in there. Okay? If you wanted to evaluate those 4, now. Tangent is y over x. So at 11 pi over 6, that then would be negative 1/2. Divided by the square root 3 over 2. If we do a little keep, change, flip action going on there, that's going to be then negative 1/2 times 2 over the square root of 3, which is going to be negative 1 over the square root of 3, which after we rationalize that denominator, then that becomes negative square root of 3 over 3. Agree? Okay. Cosecant at pi over 6. Cosecant is 1 over the sine, or the reciprocal of the sine. So cosecant at pi over 6 would be 2. Do you agree with me on that? Okay. Secant at 7 pi over 4. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine at 7 pi over 4 would be square root 2 over 2. The reciprocal would be 2 over the square root of 2, which then is going to just be the square root of 2. Tangent squared at pi over 3. Tangent at pi over 3 is the square root of 3 over 2 divided by 1/2. Which is just going to be the square root of 3. Then we need to square that, so that gets me 3 there. Sine squared at 5 pi over 4. 5 pi over 4 has a sign of negative square root 2 over 2. When I square that, then that gets me 2 over 4, or 1/2 there. Add those 2 together. 3 plus 1/2 is 7/2. There. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? Fractions are so much better than mixed numbers. Every day that ends in y. Improper fractions are better than mixed up numbers. Good? All right, so if you'll notice, oops, I got to go one more. If you'll notice, we're going to start talking today and tomorrow about the obviosities. They are in your packet. It starts on a page where that looks like this. So the top of the page looks like this. Okay? I want to talk a little bit about this, and then I'm turning you loose because everything that you need to know in this is written for you, and you're going to discover this stuff. Discovery is a little bit better than me lecturing. Okay? All right? So, the obviosities are broken up into 6 different parts. Okay? You will not fill in this box until you complete each of those individual parts. So you need to go to part number 1 to fill in line number 1 here in this box. So you'll do the rest of the bottom half of, or the rest of that page, okay? You'll do the rest of that page, then you'll go back in and you'll fill in box number 1, or line number 1. Then you're going to turn the page. Sure, easy for me to turn the page. Then there's part number 2 labeled the hammer. So then after you get done with the hammer, you're going to fill in what the hammer is. Then part number 3 says using your unit circle, thinking about the quadrants, fill in the following. Where is cosine positive, negative? Where is sine positive, negative? Where is tangent positive and negative? Then rat values greater than 2 pi is section 4. Section 5 then is on the next page, which is how does adding or subtracting pi, and what does that mean? And part 6 is negative rat values. You need to have those 6 sections completed before class on Tuesday. You'll have all day today, or you'll have, I shouldn't say all day, you'll have the rest of the day today in class to work on it. You'll have all class to work on it tomorrow, and then we're going to go over it on Tuesday, and then we're going to go with that, and we're going to expect you to know this stuff from Tuesday on. Because it's the reason we call it the obviosities is because it's the stuff that should be obvious on the unit circle. Okay? Right? We're getting in-depth here into the unit circle, and we're finding out some obvious stuff. Okay? Work in the packet until it tells you to stop, which is after unit or after section 6. I have to go find the answer keys, but I will post the answer keys on that. You're not a baby bird that needs to be spoon-fed knowledge anymore. You are competent and capable. I think that's the best important part of this one. You can do this. Okay? You can do this. You can learn on your own. Okay? You have to be confident in doing it. Okay? All right? If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Okay? I'm done talking for the day.